Welcome back, guys. Hey, this is part 4 of the build series for the Dual Cab 200. Last time you would have seen us in Mackay at Diesel Power Unlimited, where Cookie worked his magic on the dyno and the big rig got a few performance treats to give us some more power, more kilowatts, more torque, better for towing, that sort of thing. If you missed that vid, check it out up here, I'll drop it in. This time, it makes its way back from Mackay down to the Gold Coast, back to Pro Touring Concepts at Burleigh, and then he moves it on. It goes to ARB at Burleigh Heads for the barwork and accessories like the snorkel, the lights, diff breather kit, a few other treats. And then it goes to Norweld in Brisbane to get the canopy put on it. So to have a rig like this, you've got to have a kick-ass canopy because storage is king on the road. And we also need to mount the roof loading boat loader on top as well. So I'll let Glenn tell you about the ARB barwork, and then Isaac will jump on and tell you a bit more about the design process and what goes into the canopy. And I'll see you after that. So let's get into it.
Yeah, I'm Glenn from ARB Burleigh and BIGGERA Waters. This is one of the builds we do for pro touring. It's got all the ARB gear on it, you know, and this one's particularly for Justin tripping a van. You know, we do a lot of other vehicles for pro touring as well, but this one here is going to be a lot of footage on this one, so I'll walk you through and see what we've done to it. Starting at the front here where we've done the ARB Summit bar. Caleb puts an extra coating on his, which looks really trick. We've also done the intensity lights on this one. Also Bush Ranger have come and we've mounted a Bush Ranger winch into the front of it. We also have the recovery points under here, which are also rated. We've done the Safari snorkel. This is the R-Max, so this is the big one. Good performance, you know, plenty of airflow, as well as helps with dust and water ingestion. We also done the clear view mirrors for Justin for his towing, which is mandatory for him. Working our way through. We've also done the Summit side steps, penny protection there from the original steps. Justin's just gone for the steps and not the rails. We've also done the Pioneer platform rack up here, as well as the intensities on the front. He won't be scared of the dark, that's for sure. Working our way through to the back. Inside the canopy here, we've got the twin compressor, so it'll do its job, you know, airing down and airing up that Justin needs for both car and caravan. So yeah, any other questions, give us a call, ARB Burleigh, ARB BIGGERA. We're on hand, we know everything that's gone onto this vehicle.
Hey everyone, I just thought I'd do a little intro video for our Norweld build that we just fitted to Justin and Beck's new 200 series. So, as you might not be aware, all of our Norweld products, the trays and canopies, everything's built and manufactured here in North Queensland in Cairns. And what we do is we then CNC router cut, CNC pressed, welded, TIG, MIG, whatever, assembled, wired in-house, and then freighted down to Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne. We also have fitting agents in Darwin, Perth, and Adelaide. So you can pretty much guarantee that there's somewhere we can help you get a Norweld build if you're looking for one. So with Justin and Beck's new build, with the 200 series, obviously more payload, more stuff inside, more stuff outside as the kids are getting bigger. So we worked with the feedback Justin gave us from the BT50, and then I took a lot of the feedback Justin had with Caleb's feedback on what he needs for a build in a 79 and 200 series, and we sort of merged all those ideas together when we were redeveloping our internal layouts for 2020, and we sort of come up with a pro touring package. So this one's designed and developed for the 200 series through Caleb at Pro Touring, so it's one of his builds. Same concept, but we've just tweaked it slightly just as so it's a pro touring build. You know, a few tweaks as we evolve, we learn more, we find out what works for people, what doesn't work, and we just keep taking that feedback and constantly evolving our product, trying new ways to do the same thing, and then just really dialing it in so it's a more pleasurable experience when you're using it on the road, running around. You know where everything is, you can find it, it's easy to get to, it's secure, it's safe, it's locked up, it's not going to be thrashing around in the back. So any questions relating to our canopy packages, our trays, fitting, any of that stuff, just drop us an email, give us a call. Justin will put our details down below. But yeah, keep an eye on the build. We're loving it. Hope you people out there are loving it as well. And yeah, enjoy it. Can't wait to get back out on the road. Cheers.
Righto, so that was Glenn from ARB in Burleigh and Isaac from Norweld. So I'm going to run through a few things now that I know you're going to wonder why they didn't talk about. So first one is scrub bars. Why don't I run scrub bars? Well, it's just personal opinion, personal choice for me. I don't like the look of them. And two, we're not crazy bush bashing four-wheel drivers that are gonna need that much protection. We might get a few pinstripes down the side now and then, but I don't need the scrub bars. So that's my choice there. And under here, we didn't show it in the ARB section, but we've got the diff breather kit. So that is a breather from the diffs and the transfer case, just to keep them up out of the water and that sort of stuff. I'll show you a bit of overlay footage there. Now, the canopy, come in here, come for a walk, because this canopy, once you've had a Norweld and toured in a Norweld, there is really no other way. I can tell you that right now. So I'll give you a quick look at the layout, and I'm going to show you more about this when we do the 12 volt stuff, and I'll do a video about the Pro Touring Concepts package, which will be coming up next. But come in here and check this out. Like Isaac was saying, everything has a place, everything stays dust free, watertight, and it's always going to be there and work when you want it. So 2020 Pro Touring package. This is designed by me and Caleb and Isaac at Norweld. We've come together to put this package together, and now a lot of these features are throughout the whole range for 2020. This drawer being one of them. So in our last ute, you would have known we'd had 2 drawers in here. Now we've just got the one. Saves weight on drawer slides, and it's also lockable. So you could use that as a gun locker if you want. But for me, it's just full of camera gear and tools and stuff. Look at that. Everything's got a spot, and it's always there when you want to use it. So slide that one in. Overhead shelf up there fits my ARB cargo gear cases perfectly, and I've got freeze-dried food in them and the boat sounder and a few tools and a few things that I don't use too much that live up there out of the way. All the 12 volt gear, quick look at that. Not too quick, because I'm going to show you more in the next episode, because we're going to talk about the battery stuff. This thing here, Almac outboard slide, absolute killer. 20 horsepower Merc, slides in there, no dramas, and I can just lift it on and off, super easy. Lights up here too. And then while we're on this side, I'll talk about this, because Norweld and Almac fit together like this, you know? Like the Almac boat loader sits perfectly on top of the Norweld, and they've got specifically designed brackets to fit not only the loader, but also awning brackets that mount off it as well, so they can clear the doors, have a boat on top. Mate, they've thought of everything. Swing round, toolboxes down here, on both sides. I keep all my tools and airlines and that sort of stuff in there. And then underneath, there's also a 70 litre water tank. Around the back, spare tyre, ladder, there's a boat loader up on top again, and a jerry can holder, right? I'll talk about more of that in a second, but you've also got a big trundle drawer. This comes out, and that's where I store like my recovery gear, a bit of boat stuff, the paddles, the net, my shower, and just snatch straps and recovery gear and that sort of stuff. It's good to keep it down there. That's all fully sealed, watertight, dustproof as well. Now, this one here, this is a removable jerry can holder. So if you've watched a few of our vids before, I don't like carrying 2 spares, because we run Cooper ST Max, right? Over the last 4 years, we have never had a flat tire or a puncture. So I don't want to carry an extra spare. Like one of those is about 40 kilos or more. I don't want another one sitting on the back. And what I've done with the caravan over here is run the same rims, offset, and the same size tyres, so they're all interchangeable. But what I can do is I can pull this off. This jerry can's just held on by a bolt. Pull that holder off, and then put a longer spigot like this one straight into the same mount, and then I can pull the spare off the caravan and throw it up there. So when we do remote trips away, like we leave the van, say at Weipa or Cooktown, and go and do the Cape, I can throw 2 spares on the back. So there you go, that's a pretty cool function. Swing around this side, water taps down the bottom. There's one either side. That's great for when you're camping away in the swags and stuff. Big space here. What I will tell you is there's gonna be another little fridge going in here, and the center tiller of this is removable just by 2 bolts. So I can bang 2 bolts out of it and clamp it to the leg when it's on the slide. And then I've got another, probably a 38 litre fridge in there that'll just run as a freezer for fish and meat and that sort of stuff. Storage galore. Like I said, all my camp cooking gear sits up in the top there. Doesn't take up too much room. It's a nice slimline shelf, and it all slots away in there with stools, camp cooking gear. There's a grill rack, and then just a couple of little cut down water tubs that fit in there perfectly. Another big storage area that usually gets filled up with our clothes and food and stuff when we go away. And then the kitchen drawer, right? So you got a kitchen table combo drawer that pulls all the way out. Don't look in there, it's so messy. And normally my induction cooker sits in there as well, but I used it last night in the caravan. At the moment it's full of beef jerky and paper towel by the look of that. But this one here is killer. We use that so much on the road. And now, new function in this Canopy is an upright fridge. So I've always had the drop down slide on a clear view drop slide. Works great, but heavy. This one saves us so much weight in the Canopy by going to a 110 litre Dometic upright. And then in here, slot in there, you got the side marine panel, and you've got a 2000 watt ePro inverter. But I'm going to tell you more about that soon. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That is the Barwork from ARB and a few more of their accessories, and the Norweld Canopy. So great people. If you want to check out Glenn and the boys from ARB Burleigh Heads, if you're on the Gold Coast, mate, they do some schmick work. I'm super stoked with how they fitted everything to this. And Norweld, mate, they are absolute legends, and they create the best canopy on the market. So anyway, that was part 4 of the build series. Next time, I'll talk to you about the fit out inside here. So we got 12 volt electrical throughout the whole car with Edda Drive and Pro Touring concepts. Cheers guys. Any comments, questions, feedback, drop it in below, and we'll catch you next time.